What is going on, guys? Welcome to this edition of the Daily Dose. I'm Soldier Only, once again joined by Homicidal Lou. How's it going tonight?
Not going too bad. Thank you for having me on this week's Daily Dose, or this day's Daily Dose.
Yeah, it is kind of like every other day or a couple days a week and stuff like that. So it does kind of change up.
Yeah,
But what we're gonna get into today, actually, I've been hearing a lot about it lately on some of the Destiny podcasts and stuff. It's kind of another issue that's been debated amongst in the Destiny community, and that is clan rewards. And I definitely noticed it becoming more of an issue once the raid went live, and some and the so I mean, because I've talked about it before, I listened to quite a few Destiny podcasts, and just from listening to those over the last few days, it seems pretty divided. Like, I'm hearing half people, they like it, half that they don't like, like how people can get raid and trials rewards even though that they never
yeah,
stepped
you should
foot
know.
into it. Exactly. But there is kind of some but after like diving into it a little bit more and seeing how it works, like, I mean, I personally, it's kind of the same thing with the shader thing. It's kind of like I see it on both sides because on the pro side, I think it's awesome. So if you're in a clan, you can contribute to the clan, and you can help everyone out, because obviously not everyone in the clan is going to do every activity in the game,
Raids,
right?
trials, Crucible, Nightfall.
Exactly. And so
Not everybody has time to grind.
exactly.
So,
So, and there you go. That's perfect. Exactly. Then you can have people that aren't lifers, or that they work full time jobs and stuff, and they don't have a tons of time to grind. So it gives them a chance to give them those rewards, and it also gives people a reason to join clans, right? And that's a big emphasis Bungie has had with Destiny 2.
yeah.
And one thing how it's working too. I mean, I have a trials weapon. I still haven't done any PvP whatsoever yet in Destiny 2, and I actually have the trials sidearm. And the thing with it is, though, is as far as we know so far, I don't think people are getting uh like the adept or the flawless version of trials gear. And once the prestige and like the higher level raid gear starts dropping, I don't think that they'll be getting that. And one thing with this stuff, it is dropping at lower light levels. The trial sidearm I got did drop at 10, so it's not like it's dropping at 300. So I'm kind of like in that part, like, I think it's a good thing and I do like the system, but I also agree with the people, like, I don't think you should be able to get like the adept or flawless versions of trials gear without stepping foot in it. And as far as I know so far, I don't think that's the case. So as long as they keep these boundaries to where, like you can get certain things of it, but not, like I said, not the flawless or not the more higher level gear, the more exclusive gear from those activities. I don't
They
know
would
that
usually want to get if you play.
exactly. I don't know. So what's like your kind of thoughts on it? Like, what do you think of the clan reward system?
I mean, I don't mind it. It's nice to actually get something that you wouldn't be able to get
Mm-hmm.
originally in D1 without having to actually spend time and time again trying and failing to get this certain thing.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, I
But
agree.
I also like that there is a limit to it. So pretty much, you only get like a certain amount of stuff and they drop at like a certain light level.
Mm-hmm.
That could possibly be either the set light level, or as we've seen with the legendary drops we get from the vendors at either EDZ, Nessus, Titan IO, or the tower,
Mm-hmm.
they could gradually get higher in the power level, but keeping to the same stats.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And, if they are doing something like this, to me, it would be an eye opener to, get out, do more Trials of Osiris, do more Iron Banner if that does come back.
Mm-hmm.
which will more than likely come back.
Well, yeah, just on a side note, they did mention on one of the This Week at Bungie's, on one of the TWABs, they did say something about Iron Banner in October. So there is going to be Iron Banner and stuff in Destiny 2 as well.
Yeah, I'm just running about like I'm at the similar time of PC release. So PC also might have access to Iron Banner around at the same time.
You know what? I didn't think about that. That's a good point. I'm sure it would definitely be around or before.
Literally just found thought about it.
Yeah. I'm curious what on just a side note too, I'm curious what the raid is going to look like for the PC version. I don't think it would be ready right off the bat. Maybe they give them like a week, like the console had. Give them like a week or whatever to get raid ready and then drop the raid. I mean, obviously, even if it was ready from the get-go, I mean, you wouldn't be able to get into it anyways, right? So...
not right away, but if you work towards, grinding, I'm pretty sure people will be able to get it.
Yeah, grind for 20 hours straight and then get there for sure. Yeah. And people would do that because I would do that. I know I would do that. Like if I didn't have to work the next day or something.
I mean, I didn't go to college today because I was unwell, so what did I do? I sat at home playing Destiny 2, grinding to get a higher light level on water.
Yeah, exactly. So on so back to the clan reward subject, it seems like me and you pretty much are on the same page with it. Like, I think it's a good thing, and like you were saying too, like, in my case, it works because, like I said, I never really played Trials in Destiny 1. I honestly I don't think I ever had a Trials piece of gear. So for me to already have this Trials sidearm, it's pretty cool. And it also can make people want to get into that activity if they never normally did. Like if they get like a dope weapon drop, they like that weapon, and then, then they might start trying that activity.
I mean, of course, you getting a Trials piece of Trials gear to me getting Trials gear is going to be different because I used to play a Trials a lot back in D1.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm, if I see a bit of Trials gear, I will just, see it as a regular piece of gear.
Right.
Because I got so much Trials gear back in D1. But also thinking about it, it may also be different when it comes to actually playing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everything I've seen on Trials, like some of the videos and stuff I've been hearing about it, like it looks awesome. I really want to get playing it this time around anyways. Like I know this time I'm definitely going to be playing it this time around. So it looks really good. It looks incredible.
Just to point this out, Trials of the 9 or originally Trials of Osiris is hell.
Oh yeah, Sweatfest.
Always has been, always will be.
Yeah, it always will be. Yeah, and that's what it's geared towards. It's geared towards the the super competitive Sweatfest PvP players. Yeah,
it's so much.
It's like what the raid is to PvE, and that's Trials is to PvP what the raid is to PvE. So
Trials is like a raid.
Yeah, for PvP, yeah. Alrighty, was there anything else that you really wanted to, kind of elaborate or anything on clan rewards, or?
I think I'm up to speed with clan rewards.
Yeah,
that they really need to update it.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing. I mean, some of the podcasts I was listening to, some of the people in it threw out some ideas that would work too. Like one of the ideas I heard, I can't remember who it was who said it, or else I would credit them, but it was a really good idea. It was something along the lines of, so you would still get clan reward engrams and stuff, but then maybe you couldn't open it until you what's the word I'm thinking of? Until you did like a certain number of activities for the clan, even like it was other activities, you know what I mean? So like as you're doing activities, you get clan experience.
Yes.
So say you get like a Trials engram, but then you wouldn't be able to open it until you've contributed you know, a certain amount of XP in other activities. So that way you kind of pay
Oh,
your
right.
dues in order to get it still, you know what I mean? And I could see something like that
Um,
working, but like I said, I personally, I kind of like how it is right now, just as long as it keeps away from flawless gear and prestige gear and stuff like that.
I would say if it comes to prestige gear and fallen gear, that would, to me, if you was to get that, you know, on a drop without doing either, you should have to work a lot more doing other activities, yeah?
Exactly.
Instead of doing either the raid for the prestige gear or Trials of the Nine for the Trials gear, for example, or the Nightfall gear for the Nightfall. Because trust me, I've tried the Nightfall, it is terrible.
And that's another thing. I haven't tried the Nightfall either. I haven't gotten into that yet.
Do you want to go to my suggestion? Don't.
Don't. Right. I have been hearing that in some of the podcasts. Yeah, I have been hearing that they are pretty
extremely difficult. Basically, it is ranged. The suggested light level, believe it or not, everyone, is 240. It was
240.
me at 270, somebody else around about 266, and another fellow person at 302 power level
Oh god.
that was struggling to do the Nightfall.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's crazy. 240 recommended, and then I mean that's not too much.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it should. It sounds like it should be a lot higher than that. Sounds like it should be where the
Definitely.
raid's at, around because the
like
raid's
that.
like what 260 to 280 they say.
The 260 to 280 recommended 270, and I've seen people, even Darth, play through the raid, and even he said the raid is fun.
Wow. Yeah, yeah. We'll have to get into the topic of the raid in a future edition of the
One
Daily Dose.
day.
Once we run it personally, because I don't really want to just kind of echo what I've been hearing in the podcast and stuff. So yeah, we definitely need to personally get into it. But
Yeah, I mean, when we do the Daily Dose for the raid, we can go through what has been shared in the podcasts, what we've seen in other streams, and also what we've experienced ourselves, because I've seen quite a bit of the raid, and I'm going to tell you, it looks good, it looks awesome.
it does. It looks incredible from what I've seen of it so far.
It looks wild. It's great graphics.
Yeah, I haven't watched like a ton because I am trying to like kind of keep a lot of it.
You're trying to stay spoiler free.
Yeah, not spoiler free, but blindish. You know, I want to go into it blindish. Like I just kind of wanted to see what it looked like and.
See, I went blind in on Crota, Wrath, Vault of Glass, and King's Fall. Never again am I going in blind.
Right.
Because I struggled a huge bunch by going in blind on a raid.
Right. And that is one thing I've heard about this raid is that it is super mechanic heavy.
It's got quite a lot of mechanics in it.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing about it.
Wrath of the Machine, and I played Wrath of the Machine a 10, and you know, of course, everybody knows now to get the Outbreak Prime you've got to do binary. And the Leviathan raid, I'd say, is similar to that without the binary.
Right.
But you know, kudos to them, they made something good.
Yeah.
That wasn't easy. I'm looking at the Wrath raid right now because everybody kept on completing it upon completing it when it came out. It was it was actually second easiest raid, even though it was the last raid on Destiny 1. First raid, easiest raid was Crota's End. Then it was taking King's Fall, and then it was Vault of Glass.
Yeah, which Vault of Glass is kind of the community favorite. Like most people I hear when they're asked what their favorite raid was, most of them liked Vault of Glass.
Mine is Wrath.
Pretty much. I mean, obviously, because for a lot of people, Vault of Glass was their first one.
Well, Vault of Glass came out before Crota's End.
Well, yeah. Vault of Glass was the first raid period, so.
I thought Crota's End was the first raid.
I'm
I
pretty
may
sure.
have
I think Vogue was. I'm pretty sure. Because I mean, like I've said many times before, I got into Destiny late, so I mean, I've only been into Destiny for about 1.5 years, so. But
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Vogue was first, because Crota was like, when did Crota was like Dark Below or something, or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember. We're totally going down a tangent. But alright, that's going to do it for this week's edition of the Daily Dose. Thanks for watching this. If you want to catch these live, we have them during the weekdays, sometimes every day, sometimes just throughout the week. Stop by the stream sometimes at twitch.tv/soldieronly. I'll have links to both mine and Homicidal Lou's channels down in the description down below. Hit that thumbs up button if you like the video. Sub to the channel for more content. We'll see you in the next one.